We're going to take you now to one of the most unusual homes in this country. You wouldn't call it luxurious, and it is not in a great location, but it has something that is priceless, and people are lining up to live there. Bill Whitaker explains why in tonight's Eye on America.
It's not hopeless. It's never hopeless.
We're saying, come in here, we're giving you a chance.
Hands up!
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Architect. I want to be a scientist.
This may look like just another apartment building planted in the heart of tough South Central Los Angeles.
What's that?
A tree.
8 times 8. Look.
But this new first-of-a-kind complex named EEXCEL is a seed for change.
Away.
In here, children and education are nurtured like a hothouse hybrid.
This is just one of our furnished models that we have. You'd like to take a look through it?
Sure, thank you.
To get in, hopefuls like Terry Ritchie must prove not only that they can pay the rent, but that they are committed to education.
What's your favorite subject?
Math and science.
I work a lot as a single parent, and I can't always be there to sit down to do the homework with her. But here I know it will be done.
Joshua Jackson had real trouble getting his homework done. But now, while his mother is at work,
I love you. I'll see you later.
tutors and live-in counselors from nearby University of Southern California are there to make sure homework comes before play.
Where's my list of your homework?
Right here.
I want a list I can hold in my hand. I'm taking Mrs. Jones tomorrow and check with her. I've seen the children just thrown to the side. Let's not waste our time with them. No child deserves that. Every child deserves the chance because they can succeed.
I always thought that I would never really succeed in life because of where I come from.
Elda Petch comes from one of the toughest neighborhoods in Los Angeles.
At night, when I used to study, I used to hear gunshots going off. I used to hear screams, people beating each other. I couldn't really concentrate because this is not a safe haven.
Elda's mother says now, inside this EEXCEL apartment, she knows her daughter is safe and on her way up. Here we have the chance to fulfill our dream, she says, and send our children to college. It's all the dream of Kent Salveson, a multi-million-dollar developer who calls it an investment in the future.
We have parents who want to see their children get better educations, have greater opportunity, have better job prospects. Everything that I want, they want. This is what they need.
It's not charity. Salveson doesn't make as much as he could with standard apartments, but he says he can provide the educational boost and still turn a profit. The return on investment for the students can be tremendous. A guaranteed scholarship here to the University of Southern California if they get good grades and good scores on college entrance exams. If they get good grades.
What do you think Joshua's teacher's going to have to say?
Even with the gangs and the guns around here, the EEXCEL youngsters are just as afraid of getting caught not doing their homework.
You think he's been turning in his homework?
He proudly brought up his homework to my desk this morning and had everything. Something's turned around, and it's nice to see. It really is.
Very good.
Elda Petch now is studying for her college entrance exams.
Each of you can do it.
They motivate you, and you just feel that you could do it, that you could be somebody, that you could go to college.
Kent Salveson is building only EEXCEL apartments now. He has 4 more in the works.
Others will be able to do what we do, and if you have 10,000 of these buildings across the United States, you're going to start to make a big difference.
And Josh, his mother, gets a report from the field.
Got an excellent report from Mrs. Jones. She said he came in today, had every bit of his homework, brought it right to her, was really proud, had every bit of it, and then had a math test today. She thinks he made at least a B, did really, really well.
In fact, Josh got an A. In Los Angeles, this is Bill Whitaker for Eye on America.
And that's part of our world tonight. If anything breaks in and around the Persian Gulf, you'll hear it on this CBS station. Dan Rather reporting for the CBS Evening News. See you tomorrow. Good night.
In the field of education, everybody recognizes that the key to success starts in the home. That's just fundamental. And all of us who are in that side of our society, that part of the profession, are always trying to figure out ways to involve the home in the school. The incredible genius of this is that the EEXCEL program links the home into the school and the school into the home in ways that have just not been imagined before. To me, the real genius of this is a partnership between two industries, two segments of society, not just public-private, that's been going on, but education and housing. That, to me, is the fundamentally important new part of this. And that's why we at USC are very excited about being part of this grand experiment.
Welcome back. This morning we begin a series profiling 5 local people who march to the beat of a different drummer. Gutsy individuals with big dreams and the perseverance to achieve them.
Now, in part 1, we meet someone who has pioneered a program to help overcome barriers to equal education in South Central LA.
I want to be a writer. There was a family of 3, in which Lavender was the smallest of all. She was nicknamed Lavender because she always wore that color, since her mother could not afford to care for all of them. And since she still held her youth, she married a gentleman of high standards. He was named Sir Edward III.
Unlike many children from low-income families, the imagination is not the only escape for 15-year-old Reina Gonzalez.
I want to be a corporate lawyer.
The same goes for April McBride and for 11-year-old Latasha Mason, who wants to be a pediatrician. In the apartment building where they live in South Central, Reina, April, and Latasha have a place where they can go to write, read, or just be alone with their thoughts. In addition to the books and computers, the room also comes equipped with, believe it or not, tutors who help the children pursue their dreams, beginning, of course, with their homework.
The environment is important because you need to have the whole family involved. It has to be a family effort.
The apartment building is the dream of Kent Salveson, an Orange County developer who has found a way to help develop young minds while developing affordable housing. He got the idea for an apartment building with a built-in study hall and tutors when he met a mother with 5 kids working in a fast food restaurant.
I was looking at her and thinking, she wants everything that I want for my children. She represents, in effect, what my parents were with me. The difference being is that I came from a home that had a tremendous amount of education and a tremendous amount of resources available that really enriched my life.
The result was this 4-story, 46-unit building at 120th in Vermont called EEXCEL, Educational Excellence for Children with Environmental Limitations. Kent then went to his alma mater, USC, to find doctoral students in education to live in the buildings as resident assistants. Tony Acevedo jumped at the chance.
I think it's a fantastic concept. I'm specializing in education, finance, and bilingual ed, and I think this is one of the ways that the state can help with the problem of having to do more with less money.
To move into the building, parents need to show an active interest in their children's education, along with providing school transcripts.
Here's one of our 2-bedroom, 1-baths.
And in a unique educational approach, EEXCEL provides real market incentives for students to do well in school, including cash payments and prizes for good grades, plus rent reductions for their parents.
If they get A's and B's on the report cards, an A average, we give like 2 tickets to Disneyland. If it's a B average, we give 1 ticket to Disneyland. Test scores for A's and B's, we'll give $15 for an A average, maybe $10 for a B average.
Kent plans other EEXCEL apartments in other neighborhoods to plant the seeds of hope in otherwise untilled ground.
One person is starting 10 steps behind for no other reason than his parents or her parents cannot provide those resources to help their child get ahead in school and understand the material, then that child's going to be further behind than a child who comes from a home, for instance, such as mine, where education was always stressed and always valued.
Great idea. Now, if you'd like to get more information on EEXCEL, you can call this number, 714-489-1544. Again, 714-489-1544.